Good morning students. Welcome back in SST class. Today we are going to start a new chapter, chapter number 4, Air. With the help of diagram made on the board, let us try to understand this topic. Name of the topic is air. So first of all, I want to tell about air. Air is the invisible gaseous substance surrounding us. The blanket of air that surrounds Earth is called the atmosphere. It is made up of many gases and it is very important for the existence of life on the Earth. After completing this lesson, you will be able to describe the layers of Earth's atmosphere, what they contain and the components that make up the atmosphere. The Earth atmosphere is the mix of gases that surrounds the planet. The Earth's atmosphere contains many layers. The part of the atmosphere that contain all the clouds, the weather, birds and airplanes is actually on thin layer when compared to the full size of the Earth. The radius of the Earth approaches 4000 miles, but even our best planes can only go as high as 10 miles. It seems like a long way when you look down, but compared to the whole Earth, it is nothing. Even the International Space Station only orbits at 200 to 255 miles above the Earth's surface. Today, we are going to peel the Earth's atmosphere like an orange, going through each layer one by one. Then we will look at what the atmosphere is made up of as a whole. Now, I explain layers of the atmosphere. When you go from the surface of the Earth and work your way up, the air pressure gradually decreases. It is not a sudden thing. There is no point where space officially starts. So, if it is gradual, how can the Earth's atmosphere have layers? When you go up a mountain, it gets colder, then higher you are above the Earth's surface, the colder it is. But this is not true for the whole of the Earth's atmosphere. There are parts where temperature stay constant and other parts where it even increase as you go up. Then change in what happens to temperature are a big part of how we distinguish between the layers of the Earth atmosphere. The Earth atmosphere has 5 main layers. Look front side on the board. Listed from the bottom to the top, they are troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere and last one exosphere. Now try to understand about these layers one by one. Number 1, the troposphere. The troposphere is the area that goes from the surface of the Earth to a height of 7.5 miles or 12 kilometer. This contains most of the clouds, weather, airplanes and air currents in the Earth atmosphere. The exact height of the troposphere depends on where you are on the Earth and the exact weather condition at the moment. It contains around 80% of the mass of the atmosphere. Remember, 80% of the mass of the atmosphere. Next layer, stratosphere. The stratosphere is just above the troposphere. It goes from 7.5 miles or about 50 nacreous clouds, the ozone layer and even a few aircraft. The highest flying commercial aircraft we have such as the Concorde can fly in the lower parts of the stratosphere as high as 11.4 miles, about 60,000 feet. The record for any jet aircraft is 23.4 miles and was set in 1977 by Soviet pilot. Next layer is mesosphere. The mesosphere is above the stratosphere, look, and reach from around 31 to 34 miles above the ground up to 50 to 53 miles. Temperature start to drop again and it quickly becomes so cold that the teeny amounts of water vapor found there can sublimate straight into clouds. No clouds can form anywhere above the mesosphere. Next layer is thermosphere. The thermosphere is next and goes from 50 to 53 miles up until 310 to 620 miles. The size of the thermosphere depends on how active the sun is at any given time. Temperature here increase yet again, but it is not a very reliable way of measuring anything. There are so few molecules up here that the fact that they are moving faster does not really tell you much. There is still very little heat content. There are no clouds in this layer. Last, exosphere. The exosphere is the top layer of the atmosphere. It goes from 440 miles to 6200 miles above the earth. This is where most satellites orbits the earth, though only in the lower parts. Now I am telling about composition of the atmosphere. In the atmosphere, nitrogen and oxygen are found in bulk quantities. Carbon dioxide, helium, ozone, argon and hydrogen are found in lesser quantity. Look front side. Apart from these gases, teeny dust particles are also present in the air. Nitrogen is the most plentiful gas in the air, about 78.78%. When we inhale, we take some amount of nitrogen into our lungs and exhale it. Nitrogen is essential for plants to survive. They cannot take nitrogen directly from the air. Bacteria that live in the soil and the roots of some plants take nitrogen from the air and change its form so that plants can use it. Oxygen is the second most plentiful gas in the air, about 21% oxygen present in the atmosphere. Human and animals take oxygen from the air as they breathe. During photosynthesis, green plants produce oxygen. In this way, oxygen content in the air remain constant. Carbon dioxide is another important gas. Green plants use carbon dioxide to make their food and release oxygen. Human or animal release carbon dioxide. The amount of carbon dioxide released by human or animals seems to be equal to the amount used by plants, which make a perfect balance. Again, look on the board. Structure of air, nitrogen about 78%, oxygen about 21%, 21.946% exact, and About 1% of organ exit 0.934%, and other 1% gases, note 1, carbon dioxide 0.0407%, neon, helium, methane, krypton, hydrogen. Composition of air. In reality, air is composed of several gases. The composition of air consists of three key components of air, namely nitrogen, oxygen, argon, carbon dioxide and water vapor. Air also has some other gases, but they are in very minutes. Students, that's it for all. That's it for today. Remaining points of this chapter we will discuss in next video. So, have a good day.